Joining us now to talk about vocations and chaplain recruitment are Father Aiden Logan, Vocations Director for the Archdiocese for the Military Services, and Father Daniel Fullerton, a Lieutenant Commander in the U.S. Navy Chaplain Corps. He is the principal Catholic chaplain recruiter for the entire United States Navy. Thank you so much, both of you, for speaking with us today. Let's go ahead and get started. Father Fullerton, you're in the field right now, working to recruit Catholic chaplains for the Navy. We understand that the need is dire and the current number of Navy priests is low. Could you briefly tell us about the numbers situation?
Sure, absolutely. So one of the things that people may not realize is that Navy chaplains serve not only the Navy, but also the Marine Corps and the Coast Guard as well. So they say that numbers-wise, our closets are the largest because we have the most uniforms that we have to wear. Now, as far as Catholics in the military in general, the percentage is higher than in the civilian sector. In the Marine Corps, it's highest of all the military branches. So in the Marine Corps, you're looking at about 33%. In the Chaplain Corps, we're about approximately 800 chaplains in the Chaplain Corps. Catholic priests, we're down to about 40 at present. If you do the math, that equates to 1 in every 20 chaplains, or 5%, that are there to take care of the sacramental and spiritual needs of Catholics in the Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard.
Father Logan, let's turn to you. You've spent more than 7 years as the Vocations Director at the Archdiocese of Military Services. During your years-long hunt for military chaplains, what key attributes and qualities were you looking for in a Catholic chaplain?
Well, as I say very often, I don't do priests. I do men who want to be priests and chaplains, okay? So my job is to recruit men to go to the seminary, or men who are already in the seminary, for our co-sponsored seminarian program. Unlike other military ordinariates, dioceses throughout the world, we have no priests or seminarians of our own. All of them, the priests, are on loan to us from their home diocese or religious order, and our seminarians are co-sponsored, so with their home diocese. And we enter into an agreement with the diocese to cover half of the expenses involved in their seminary training. And in exchange, the diocese agrees to release him for at least 5 years of active duty service after he's been ordained for 3. So I work just like any other diocesan vocation director, except that I'm always working in tandem with the vocation director of a diocese or religious community. And at the moment, we have about 40 or so men in the program, and I'm looking for the same qualities that one would look for in any candidate for the priesthood. And we very much partner with the diocese in that screening, but also someone who is an apt candidate for the military. So they need to be in good physical shape and be people who are very adaptable.
Right. And so then if they fail the military physical fitness test, can they celebrate Mass the following week?
Oh, yes. They probably have another chance to do it.
I'm glad there's another chance.
You probably get one more chance.
Father Fullerton, though your duties have recently changed to concentrate specifically on recruiting Catholic chaplains, I understand that in the past you also helped the Navy recruit chaplains of other faiths as well. By comparison, do you see special challenges in recruiting Catholic chaplains?
There are, yes, absolutely. So we're grateful to Navy for having recognized the need for Catholic chaplains, and therefore having designated me exclusively to be doing this work of recruiting them. There are challenges there, right up front, just the shortage of Catholic priests in the United States alone. So that presents its challenges, whereas other chaplains don't have that same shortage issue, then we also have the many different layers that we have to go through. So as Father Aiden mentioned, the AMS does not own or incarnate any of its own priests, any of its priests. So they're all on loan from their diocese or from their religious order. And therefore, there's a lot of permissions that we need to get along the way for an individual to be able to come and serve in the military. So those are a couple of the challenges that we meet. There's also the challenge of the amount of time necessary for formation. So when we recruit an individual who is interested in becoming a priest, it's going to take 6-7 years of formation for that individual, even before reaching the priesthood. Then there's an additional 3 years of priestly ministry that is required before they can come and be endorsed by the Archdiocese for Military Services to serve as a Catholic chaplain.
Father Logan, you talk about the priesthood and the chaplaincy. What makes it so unique?
Well, I mean, my line is that it's the priesthood on steroids, and it's because you have this immediate contact, not only with the Catholics but with everyone, and the chaplain is the safety valve of his unit in many ways. I mean, everyone from the colonel to the youngest sailor or Marine or soldier, Coast Guardsman, airman, they can go to him and know that they have absolute confidentiality. They're the one person there that everyone can go to talk to, and who can't act on it or repeat it or anything like that. So that's really important. But also because, as I say, you're living with them. I mean, even the Catholics among them who are fervent have never lived and worked with a priest in their lifetime. So that's there's no way you can calculate the kind of effect that has on these men and women. And I think that's why the military, both military men who've been in the military and military families, are the single largest source of priestly vocations in the annual survey that is done by Georgetown University. So we figure about 18 to 20% of the men ordained every year either were in the military or from a military family or both.
We owe them a great debt. Finally, and quickly for both of you, one question. As our society becomes more secular, the secularization of American society, and our military follows, do you see the role of the chaplaincy evolving? Are chaplains really needed now as much as they were in the past? Father Logan, you first.
The secularization is not nationwide. It tends to be along the coasts and the heartland of the country, where a lot of our recruits come from, is still religion is just a normal part of life. So, there is this secularization in the popular culture, in the media, and so on, but I don't really see this at this moment affecting the day-to-day life in the military. I don't know. What do you say, Father Dan? You're more immediate to this than I.
Definitely. The military members, the service members, they need God. I mean, we recognize that. Secular influences that would try to eliminate God from the equation. In Catholicism, we look upon those as the forces of evil. And so, do we need to combat that? Absolutely. Therefore, does the chaplaincy need to evolve in order to combat that? Absolutely. We need to be ready to fight with all our might for the sake of our service members and the God that they need. Priests, ministers, chaplains, we're a bridge between the service members and God. As the service members change, so we need to change on that end in order to be able to lead them to God. But the torrent or the chasm that's underneath that bridge, that's the rushing secular culture. And we need to be ready to deal with that and not let them fall into that chasm or into that devastating torrent.